Hey guys, welcome to the All Sports Pass Podcast North. My name is Eli, I'm your host, and welcome back to another video. And I'm doing the Week 7 review and the Week 8 preview. I'm sorry I'm late on this video. Just had some stuff going on the last couple days, and of course, me being off all break, of course, I wanted to relax Monday and Tuesday, and then yesterday I went to church, so... Yeah, but hey, I'm here, so I'm good. Alright, but before we get in this video, you already know we got to start off with the verse of the day. And today's verse comes from 1 Timothy 4:10. It says, "For therefore we both labor and suffer reproach, because we trust in the living God, who is the Savior of all men, especially of those that believe." And before we get in this video, please keep your prayers, please keep Florida in your thoughts and prayers as they were hit hard by Hurricane Milton, and also please be with those who are still suffering from the effects of Hurricane Helene, and just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And before we get in this video, leave a like, subscribe for more high school football content. Without further ado, let's begin. So, Week 7 was a pretty good week in my opinion. Now, of course, this is probably the longest amount of games that I've had to cover. Sorry, I can't resist laughing there. I'm being serious. Like, all 8 North teams had home games, so I'm honestly, so that's why I say this is probably the longest that I've had. This is probably the biggest amount of games I've had to cover, and yeah, but so this one here at Halls and Heritage. I'm going to say this was expected. I expected Halls to beat Heritage, and now Halls is now 5-2 overall, and they're now 1-1 in the district. Of course, they had a district loss to Powell the week before, and now they're 3rd in the district. So basically, the fight for 3rd spot continues now. Now, except Heritage don't count them out yet because they still have some opponents to play. They got to play. Hold on, it's still loading. There we go. They got to play Central, so pretty much, they need to beat Central pretty now. Now, of course, for Halls, the 2 seed is, logically, it's not, out of reach, but they're playing West for their next district game. Now, of course, they're off this week, so, yeah, but their next region game would be West, and they finish it off with the game against Central, which honestly may be a Game of the Week candidate. You never know. But, however... so basically, the winner of Central and Heritage, that will be the game to determine who gets the last spot in the playoffs. Now, Halls, basically, if they could beat West, then they'd get the 2 seed. But however, but I just think it's likely going to be them getting the 3 seed, unless Central can beat them, and then it'd be the 4 seed. So, pretty much, I'd say that Halls is pretty much clinched in at this point. So, yeah. But, hey, overall, good win. And, yeah, and they're now on their bye week. All right, and this one here is an upset. I'm going to say this because, Northview Academy upsetting Carter. Now, of course, there were some mistakes made against Carter, on Carter's side. But, however, I'm going to be honest. The fact that Northview was able to upset surprises me because... Northview just they're not as strong as I thought they would be heading into this season, and now of course Northview continued to struggle a little bit. Now of course this is a non-region game, but however, I will say that for this game I just think that I definitely did not have Northview winning because Carter beat Northview at Northview last season and Northview beat Carter at Carter this season. So now, of course, there is going to be a new schedule this season, and you never know. They might play again. They may not. You never know. Still, this is a good win for Northview in my opinion, as of course Carter is known to keep some games close. But I will say this: that it's going to be interesting what Northview does because, of course, now, of course. Hold on, guys. I completely forgot to look up Northview. Hey, when is this streak gonna end of me forgetting to put the team up on the dang phone? Hey, I swear I'm probably maybe 0 and 20 something at this point. So they're 2-1 in the district, but of course, unfortunately, it looks like now of course that they're probably going to end up going 2-3 before they head into the game against Sullivan East because they're playing Elizabethton this week, and then they're off the next week, and then they play Greenville, and it's likely going to be and yeah, so basically, let me actually go into the 4A region right now. So basically, with the win over Cherokee, now pretty much now a win over. I'm sorry, the loss to Cherokee pretty much means now since Cherokee already beat Greenville and Elizabethton, that pretty. I'm sorry, Cherokee already played Greenville and Elizabethton. Sorry if I said beat. Pretty much so. They just need a win out really. If they win against Sullivan East and Volunteer, there you go. They're the 3 seed. So and potentially the 3 seed will play the winner of Carter and will be playing likely Carter, Gibbs, or Fulton. So it's really going to be interesting. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, yeah. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah. All right. Fulton and South Dual, and I have to say, I expected this outcome, and it's kind of sad because this loss here, unfortunately, like now logically they're not eliminated, but they likely will be because now while South Dual is off, actually hold on, if they're off this week, hold on guys, sorry. Hey, I cover 8 teams, so don't judge me. South Dual they're either off this week or they play Seymour this week. And if they play Seymour, then they're on the West Channel. So, yeah, hey, sorry guys, it's just been a rough week. Okay, so they're off this week. Okay, now their next district game will be at Seymour, but pretty much so. Unfortunately, now logically they're not eliminated, but however, with this loss here, this was probably an elimination because now while they can win a district game against Seymour, they would have to win against Anderson County, which is unfortunately highly unlikely. So basically, this pretty much will end South Dual's chances at playoff hopes unless they can pull an upset against Anderson County and beat Seymour. So yeah, but a good win for Fulton overall, and yeah, and so yeah, let's get into the next one. All right, now I've got Central at Oak Ridge, and I have to say, this game also I expected, but I will say this, that I didn't expect, Central to be able to put up this many. I really didn't, and I'm impressed. Like, I think Central's proven that they're still willing to do anything to win, and yeah, now, of course, it didn't go the way they wanted, of course, with this final score, but it's going to be interesting to see how Central can do in the coming weeks, so, yeah. All right, then we have a blowout win. We have 3 blowout wins in a row here. Campbell County at Gibbs, 59-0. I actually uploaded a lot of interviews from this game, so go watch them if you all haven't. This game I did not expect Gibbs to blow out Campbell County like this. Like, Campbell County was actually on the mercy rule clock heading out of halftime, and that's just interesting to me. To say the least. And yeah. So Gibbs is still undefeated, and we'll get to them in a minute. Now I got Powell and Carnes, and now this is also another blowout, and I have to say it was expected. Carnes, unfortunately, like Powell's just that team to really knock down really anybody. And that's really, why I say that. Like, that's why I really say this game was expected, because, Powell's known to knock down really anybody, and Carnes is a bit weaker than Powell, like the weaker team pretty much. But I will say this, that Carnes, now I don't really cover their region, so I'll have to, so you may have to see that on the West Channel, because primarily I don't cover Carnes. So that's really, why so really the West Channel would know about the region. So, yeah, but hey, big win, good win for Powell here. All right, then Austin East is still winless, unfortunately. Grace was able to dominate, and because of that, Austin East is still winless. Now, Austin East, I think, here in the next couple weeks, they're going to be playing Union County and Scott. And now, of course, they do have a game next week against Pigeon Forge. Now, originally that was a bye week, but due to the hurricane, they just postponed it to that week. So it's going to be to see if Austin East could potentially win against Pigeon Forge. But yeah, now I do think that, of course, here in a couple of weeks, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I do think that Austin East will get at least 1 or 2 wins before the season's over. But I'll talk to you all about it once we get there. All right, and here's the game of the week. It was the Battle of the Bridge, Anderson County versus Clinton. And I expected this game to be a close game, but hey, Anderson County, like I said, their offense has been running over people like crazy. And I really think that Anderson County just winning, just of course knocking down Clinton the way they did, it's just kind of show that Anderson County's not going to back down on a non-region opponent. Now, I do think that, of course, Clinton, now that they're not as good as they were last year, in my opinion, but I will say that that usually this game tends to be pretty close. And also, fun fact, Anderson County is in 4A and Clinton's in 5A. So, of course, Clinton's a little bit of a bigger school, but I will say that Anderson County's able to beat a lot of teams, so it's really isn't surprising, but it's a bit surprising that this wasn't a close game like usual. But hey, it's a good win anyway. Here are the other scores this week. Rockwood wins 46-12 over Greenback. Oliver Springs won 28-20 over Midway. Cherokee won 41-0 over Granger. Greenville won 73-8 over Sullivan East. Oneida lost 28-0 to York Institute. David Crockett won 35-7 over Volunteer, and Coalfield won 62-0 over Oakdale. All right, here we go into Week 8, and this is a region game here. This could potentially determine who has the 2 seed in this region. Austin East and Kingston, or Roane County. Now, I think Kingston's going to win this one simply because, I just think that Austin East has been struggling a little bit. So I really think it's going to be Kingston winning this one. So that's really what I got going here. So I'm going to give this one to Kingston. We got Fulton at Seymour, and I have to say that Fulton's been on a roll recently. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and I really think that, this is going to be a 4-game winning streak because Seymour's still a bit, that they've come close in some games, but unfortunately they're just not able to pull it off. So I'm going to give this one to Fulton. And all right, time for the game of the week. Drum roll, please. All right, I'm just going to be honest. I actually don't think that drum roll is as good. But anyway, the game of the week is Gibbs at Carter, the Battle of the Nest. And also, before we get into this segment's sponsored. And starting now, we actually have a new sponsor. And this sponsor actually sponsors the Carter team. So, yeah, we'll get into these in a minute. Thank you to our sponsors, PJ's Barbershop. They're located on 3544 Neal Drive, Suite 101, Knoxville, Tennessee 37918. Call Pam at 865-548-0749 to schedule an appointment, and call Jackie at 865-243-5291 to schedule an appointment. And then we have Sierra Lynn Photography. If you want to schedule a photography session, DM Sierra on these accounts here. Hold on, let me do a better one. You can DM her at Sierra_343 or SierraLynn.photos on Instagram to schedule a session. All right, here's the new sponsor, Bigs Only. They are an apparel brand, and I actually went to their website earlier, and they have some good prices. You can good apparel for good prices, and I'm excited to work with Bigs Only. And yeah, here's their hold on if it'll let me. There we go. Here's their website right here, and yeah, so thank you, Bigs Only, for sponsoring, and we can't wait to have you on the show in the future. All right, let's get back to the segment. So Gibbs is still undefeated, but Carter is 3-4, and I have to say that this game is going to be interesting to see. Now Gibbs won last time, and Carter's able to keep it close. But this time, with it being Gibbs at Carter, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So, yeah, now this is going to be a good game in my opinion, and this is going to be interesting to see who can pull it off. And, yeah. So, with that being said, that's all I got for y'all tonight. If y'all like this video, give it a like, subscribe for more high school football content. Keep in mind, these are my predictions, and also, Like I said earlier in the video, please keep your thoughts and prayers on. Please keep the hurricane victims in your thoughts and prayers, as they could really use every prayer thought that we needed right now. Yeah, and yeah, peace out. God bless, and good night.